So we're going to learn quick. So here we go. We were talking about trapezoids today. And so trapezoids are not part of the parallelogram universe. Parallelograms have two sets of parallel sides, but trapezoids only have one pair of parallel sides. So they are not part of the parallelogram universe. They are a separate thing, okay? Still a quadrilateral, but not part of the parallelogram group, okay? So these are extra special quadrilaterals. So this is an example of a non-isosceles trapezoid. All trapezoids have one pair of parallel sides. So again, we have these parallel sides, and because of parallel lines, these consecutive angles are supplementary between the parallel lines. So like angle A and angle B would add to be 180 degrees, okay, because of those parallel lines. They are consecutive interior angles. Here, C and D, again, would add to be 180 degrees. Again, because they are the same side interior angles, okay? So, consecutive angles between the parallel lines are supplementary. However, if we're talking about an isosceles trapezoid, what does isosceles mean? Like isosceles triangle. Yeah, two congruent sides. There's two congruent sides in the isosceles triangle. Here we have two congruent legs. So isosceles trapezoids have the same properties as above, plus the non-parallel sides, which we call the legs, are congruent. So these are the legs, and they are congruent. You can see that congruence marking right there. So the legs are congruent, and just like an isosceles trapezoid, if those legs are congruent, then the base angles are congruent. We have that same property in an isosceles trapezoid. The base angles are also congruent. If the legs are congruent, these whole base angles are also congruent, okay? And that's important to recognize. Not only are the bottom ones congruent, but the top ones are congruent as well, okay? Because it's isosceles, we get those congruent lower and upper angles, okay? Opposite angles are supplementary. That's good to know too. So good things to keep in mind here. These opposite angles are supplementary. So if this one is 80 degrees, 100 degrees up top here, okay? Opposite angles are supplementary. Okay, here we go. Let's answer some questions. Number one, is this isosceles or just a trapezoid? Just a trapezoid, okay. So how do we find angle K? Yeah, 180 minus 51 is 129. Good. And how do we find angle M? No. 180 minus 87, yes. So again, which is 93 degrees. So K is 129 and M is 93. The consecutive, the angles between the parallel lines are supplementary. So that's what we're doing here. All right. Let's look at number 4. Let's look at number 4. Find the measure of angle R. Again, we have a regular a regular trapezoid here. So what can we do with the angles they've given us? And they equal 180. Good. Okay. So 12x plus 3 plus 7x minus 13 equals 180. Do we need to go further, or is that okay? That's okay. Everybody agree with Waz? Yeah? Okay. All right. Consecutive angles between those parallel lines add to be 180. All right. Let's see. Now we're looking at an isosceles trapezoid. Number 5, isosceles trapezoid. Isosceles means the legs are congruent. Please mark your picture. If we know that the legs are congruent, mark your picture because it's isosceles. So segment DG is congruent to segment EF. DF is congruent to GE. Yes, I didn't read that. The diagonals are congruent right up here. The diagonals are congruent. Congruent diags. Important to know in isosceles trapezoid. Okay. Number 6, TUVW is an isosceles trapezoid, which means we've got congruent legs. If we have congruent legs, what else is true? Congruent base angles. So angle W is congruent to angle V, and angle T is congruent to angle U. So angle T is congruent to angle U, and angle V is congruent to angle W. All right. I think are we okay with that? Yeah? Ready? Okay. Great. Let's turn the page. Yeah, we're nowhere near done. Sorry. Let's see. M and OP is an isosceles trapezoid. What do we know? Legs are congruent. Very good. The legs are congruent. What else do we know? Diagonals are congruent. Diags congruent. All right. The legs are congruent. Diagonals are congruent. Okay. So what do we know here? MP is 16x minus 13. So that's 16x minus 13. NO is 9x plus 8. 9x plus 8 for NO. Marking my picture up here. PN, that's a diagonal. And MO is also a diagonal. Solve for x and y. So I need 2 equations, ladies and gentlemen, to solve for x and y. What are my 2 equations? 16x minus 13 is equal to 9x plus 8. Very good. That would be my congruent legs. Legs are congruent. Okay, what's my second equation? Diagonals. Yes, my 2 diagonals. So 5y plus 19 is going to be equal to 12y minus 37. My diagonals are also congruent. So diagonals are congruent. So I'm just recognizing what I'm looking at, and then we can go from there. So on number, do we need to solve more? You're good? Yeah, okay. On number 10, ABCD is isosceles trapezoid. Again, if we have an isosceles trapezoid, what do we know? Congruent legs, but also if the legs are congruent, what else is congruent? Diags, true. Congruent diags, okay. And look at the picture. What did they give us here? Angles. So if I have congruent legs, what else must be true? Congruent angles. All right, congruent base angles. So we have these base angles are congruent. So that's important. We're talking about angles, which means my lower base angles will be congruent. So 2x plus 27 has to equal 5x minus 12. Let's see. Isosceles. I think we're, tell me about number 11. Tell me about those. They're supplementary. Yes. Blank plus blank equals 180. Those angles are supplementary. Sup. All right. And then number 14, I think is all we need. Number 14. Again, we have an isosceles trapezoid. There was one more thing. Supplementary. The opposite angles are also supplementary. That was on there, right? Opposite angles are supplementary. So yeah, opposite angles in an isosceles triangle are supplementary. So once again, blank plus blank equals 180. All right? Is this math or what? Yeah? Okay. All right, we're not done yet. So, are you good? Oh, we're not done. We're not done. How many minutes has it been? 11? Yeah, we only have a 30-minute class. So here we go. All right, last thing. Isn't this great? This is like fast forward notes, right? Okay. Mid-segment of a trapezoid. Mid-segment. What do you think mid-segment is talking about? Middle. Yeah, the middle. All right. It is the middle. The mid-segment of a trapezoid. The mid-segment of a trapezoid connects the midpoints of the legs. So you can see in this picture, E is a midpoint right in the middle. F is also a midpoint right in the middle. And if EF is the mid-segment, so again, that is the mid-seg because it's connecting midpoints, so mid-segment. If EF is the mid-segment of trapezoid ABCD, then we have lots of parallel lines. So AB, segment AB is parallel to segment DC. Okay, we've got our top and our bottom. They are parallel because this is a trapezoid. If those are parallel, what do you think about the mid-segment? It's also going to be parallel, absolutely. So EF is also parallel. So we have yet another parallel line here. Lots and lots of parallel lines. So again, we're going to have same side interior angles are supplementary, okay? And it turns out that the length of our mid-segment, is half it's the average of the top and the bottom. So it's AB plus DC divided by 2. It's an average length. So we can add the top and the bottom and divide it by 2, and it is half the length of the sum of the two, the bases, the top and the bottom. All right. So use the trapezoid above for questions 1 through 4. If AB is 14 and DC is 26, find the length of EF. So what do we need to do to find EF? 14 plus 26, top plus bottom over 2. Top plus bottom over 2. Perfect. 14 plus 26 is 40. Divided by 2 is 20. There you go. Let's look at number 3. On number 3, let's say I've got the same picture. All right. EF is 22. That's the mid-segment. DC is 38, and it wants me to find AB. AB is on top. How are we going to do that? Oh, okay, yeah, sure, for sure. I'm going to set it up the same way, though. Mid-segment, so 22 equals top plus bottom divided by 2. AB plus 38 divided by 2. So I can set it up the same way. Mid-segment equals top plus bottom divided by 2. How do we get rid of this divide by 2? Multiply by 2. So that gives me 44. So that's what Bradley was saying. We can multiply the mid-segment by 2. So then we have AB plus 38 equals 44. And then how do we get AB? Minus 38. So AB equals, if we subtract 38, what do we get? 6. Okay. All right. One more here. One more here. Let's see. I like number 5. Let's do number 5. For trapezoid P, Q, R, S, Y, and Z are midpoints. So I have midpoints, meaning this is a mid-segment. It is in the middle. And we want to find the length of YZ. Well, maybe, but what's our setup here going to be? Okay, good. So our mid-segment, 5x minus 19, equals top plus bottom. So 38 plus x plus 14 divided by 2. Top plus bottom over 2 equals our mid-segment. Again, what do you want to do to solve for x here? Yeah, let's multiply by 2. And we have to multiply everything by 2, right? All right, so what does that give me if I multiply everything by 2? 10x minus 38 equals 38 plus x plus 14. Can we solve from there? Are you good? Yeah? All right, we can combine like terms and solve from there. Are you good?
Yep.
Okay. How many minutes? I wanted to get 15, but that's pretty close.